Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Farhan Rimazuki, EB19169 from section ED13. This is our task for final project in computer programming. We had chose the task about supermarket billing system. Here is the coding that I had made for supermarket billing system. First of all, I would like to explain about function that we have used in this coding. Number one is float. Float are used to hold real numbers. In C, floating point numbers can also be represented in exponential. For example, in this coding are amount, rate, quantity, discount, and the formula to calculate the amount of item are represented as float. Next is printf. In C programming language, printf function is used to print the character, string, float, integer, octal, and hexadecimal values onto the output screen. We use printf function with %d format specifier to display the value of an integer variable. Similarly, %c is used to display character, %f for float variable, %s for string, %lf for double, and %x for hexadecimal variable. To generate a new line, we use /n, while to generate the horizontal tab, we use /t in C printf statement. The function of printf in this coding is to print or display the name of the supermarket, the greeting words for the customer, the list of the item that available at our store, the date, the cash memo, the code item, the amount in RM, the item that the customer will choose, the total amount, product does not exist when we choose or put the doesn't exist code or item, the total number of items sold, the balance due of after rounding, cash we have received, amount insufficient, please provide more money if the customer give us the less money from the total amount. And lastly is the information for the customer after they had made the payment. The third one is f-flush or stint. The right thing to do with extra unwanted terminal input is simply to read it and do nothing with it. This is almost as easy as calling f-flush stint words everywhere and doesn't rely on formally undefined behavior. So the example in this coding is the date and the item code. So we can enter the date when the bill has made and enter the item code that customer had choose from the list. Next is scanf. In C programming language, scanf function is used to read character, string, numeric data from keyboard. Consider below example program where user enters a character. This value is assigned to the variable ch and then display. Then, user enters a string and this value is assigned to the variable str and then display. So, the example in this coding is scanf %d for the quantity and the scanf %ld for cash received. I also use struct in this coding. Structure in C programming is a group of different data types represented by a single name. Let's take an example to understand the need of structure in C programming. Let's say we need to store the data of students like student name, age, address, ID, and others. One way of doing this would be creating a different variable for each attribute. However, when you need to store the data of multiple students, then in that case, you would need to create these several variables again for each student. This is such a big hedges to store data in this way. We can solve this problem easily by using structure. We can create a structure that has members for name, ID, address, and age, and then we can create the variable of this structure for each student. This may sound confusing. Do not worry, we will understand this with the help of example. We use struct keyword to create a structure in C. The struct keyword is a short form for the structure data type. So, for example, in this circuit, is the list item that available at our store. So, we just put or enter the code for the item that we would like. So, such as we put the number 1, so it will display the name of the item, the price, and the discount for each. Finally is if-else statement. The if-else statement evaluates the test expression inside the parentheses. If the test expression is evaluated to true, statements inside the body so if are executed. If the test expression is evaluated to false, statements inside the body of if are not executed. How if-else statements works? If the test expression is evaluated to true, statements inside the body of if are executed. Statements inside the body of else are skipped from the execution. If the test expression is evaluated to false, statements inside the body of else are executed. Statements inside the body of if are skipped from execution. So the example in this circuit is if we enter the item code 1, it will print the anti-dandruff smooth and silky shampoo. But when we put other than number 1, such as number 2, it will be the else if. So they will print the 3 casual bag, the Adidas Men t-shirt, the Cadbury, Maggi, Nestle Crunch, and others. So this is the result from the function that I have used for this coding. So as we can see here, it will display the name of supermarket, the list of the product, the date, and we can enter the date. Choose the product, enter the code. It will display the product, the quantity, enter the quantity, and display the price. And the product does not exist when they enter the wrong code. And it will display the total amount. And please provide our money when we give the less money from the total amount. And here the information after we made the full payment. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Dalif. Today I will show you how to use this coding. Okay, so first of all, we run this coding. Okay, after we run, the coding will show us the supermarket Pak Amazul Amir. Welcome. Senyum CK. Okay, this is the product available at our store. For the left side, this is the code for the item. For the item name, we got search and to the address book and soap shampoo, B3 casual black pad, and so on. Okay, for the right side, this is the price for the sunset for one. So enter the address book and soap shampoo, and we got 25% for the price. Okay, this is the date when we want to buy the item from when the customer want to buy some items from our supermarket. For example, today is 24 August. Okay, 24 August. Okay, after we put the date, the coding will run and show us the code, item name, amount and quantity. Okay, this is the code for the item. Okay, for example, we put two for the big chicken yogurt pack. Okay, we press enter. Okay, the item will appear, and how many quantity we want for the item. Okay, for example, we want two. Okay, press enter. Okay, the total price will appear below the item name. This price for this price after discount. After discount for 50% discount. Okay, that's for one item. Okay, which is another item like seeds. Good seeds for Nestle Cocoa Crunch. We press enter. Okay, Nestle Cocoa Crunch chocolate. How many we want? For example, 3. Press enter. Okay, the total price will appear after discount of 10%. Okay, we put more 8 for Pepsodent Super Flexi toothbrush. Press enter. Calculate Super Flexi toothbrush. We want to okay. Okay, after that, if the all the item that's only we want, we press page, we press enter. Okay, the total amount will appear for this item. We after the program calculate the amount, we got 101.59 ringgit. Okay, this total number of items, so 7. Where we got the 7 from the quantity. 2 plus 3 plus 2, we got 7. Balance due 101.59. Balance due after rounding 102. Okay, cash reserve. Okay, we pay for 110 ringgit. Press enter. Okay, change to be retained. This is the balance that should be returned to you, 8 ringgit. Okay. This customer care phone, if you got any question, we can directly call through this number. You can use customer care Gmail, store phone, call for free home delivery. That's all how to use this coding. This coding is very simple to use, reliable, user friendly and corrective. Moreover, it requires less time consuming as compared as normal payment. That's all. Thank you.